Hi, in this video, we're going to impress upon you to make sure you have the world's best resume. The resume is still the number one document that the employer and recruiter sees before going anywhere online to find out about you. The resume is by far one of the most important documents ever. Most candidates don't spend more than an hour putting their resumes together. Think about it. Depending on which recruiter or employer receives your resume, if it's the right one, you may be given an opportunity of a lifetime. Think about it. The resume is a document that can get you that pay rise. It can get you the most prestigious job that you crave. The resume can seriously give you the happiness you always dreamed about. But how come you're not taking it seriously? Why are you only spending a little time on it? Why just a quick glance? It's your resume. If you're bored of it, what do you think the recruiter feels when they see it? What does the employer think when they look at your resume? If you want audit results, then use your current resume. Einstein said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Keep writing your own resume and posting it to all the job boards and you'll get the same results. What you need to do immediately is contact a resume writing service. Don't stop there. Do your homework. Make sure whoever is going to be writing your resume has lots of experience in doing so. Make sure they have testimonials from previous clients. Make sure they have a track record. Most important, make sure they spend good quality time creating a masterpiece for you. It's the most important document in your career, period. The resume potentially will get you the car, the house, the major holiday you've always dreamed of. It's that important. Next time you look at your resume, remember it's gold dust. What you want to do now is refine it. What's important is to have a good resume that stands out from the hundreds of other job seekers going after the same position you want. A bad resume can hurt your chances of getting a good job, no matter how qualified you are for the position. It's important than ever to know what makes a resume stand out, not only because of the stiff competition in the job market that sees hundreds of applicants apply for one opening, but also because hiring managers are smarter and more keen when selecting applicants to be considered for an interview. You must remember that you're not the only one submitting a well-crafted and careful targeted resume to hiring managers. There are many things you need to do to increase your chances of getting hired in the real world out of hundreds, if not thousands of highly qualified people applying for the opening that you're eyeing. So the biggest mistake that job seekers make today is that they never apply through the post anymore. That's right, they never actually post a letter. Think about this. Applying through the post is how people in the past used to apply for work. You wrote the letter, you bought an envelope and stamp and got the address of the hiring manager or the human resource manager, and then you posted the letter. Who's doing that right now? Hardly anyone. Guess how you're going to stand out from your competition while everyone else is going online? Yes, post that letter. The employer will be shocked to see a letter, but at least your cover letter and your resume will be read by a decision maker. You want to stand out from the competition. If you take any advice today, take this one important one. Apply for a job through the post. Nobody else is doing it, and you will stand out. Get an awesome cover letter and resume. We'll talk more about the cover letter in a moment, but get one done and complete the resume and post it to an employer. It does take longer, but believe me, it pays off in the end. Have you heard of copywriters? Copywriting is the craft of writing persuasive ads and letters which get people to take action. Conventional wisdom says not to stray from the standard guidelines when it comes to your resume, cover letter, or portfolios. But copywriters can deviate a bit. They can add a little creativity. Very good, excellent, in fact, at persuasion. This is what you need for your resume and cover letter. They adapt their writing style and tone depending on the audience. What you want to do is hire a copywriter to seize the opportunity for you. Let their skills shine in your resume's professional summary and in your cover letter. Tailor your writing to the job you're applying for to demonstrate your ability to target your audience and sell your personal brand through the written word. Try not to be cute, sarcastic, or condescending though. Just be on the safe side. So in summary then, your resume is one of the most important documents that you'll ever own. Make sure it's the best document. Make sure you get someone that knows how to persuade a copywriter to write on your behalf. If that's not your strong point, if writing is not your strong point, I would urge you right now to use a copywriter to talk, to be your mouthpiece. And remember, don't forget to apply for work through the post. Nobody else is doing it. Everybody else is going online. It does take a bit longer, but apply through the post and you will see the rewards. Quiz time. What type of writer must you hire to write persuasive copy? And what is one of the most important documents discussed in this topic? Now, before submitting your resume, you must ask these vital questions. Have you used the same language and tone from the job description? Does your resume make it easy for the hiring manager to know that you're the ideal candidate for the job? Is your description of your accomplishments specific and relevant to the job position? Have you incorporated industry buzzwords and keywords in your resume without overdoing it? So let's talk about the cover letters. Job seekers and professional recruiters agree on one thing. The hardest part of a job search is writing a dreaded cover letter. Many candidates fail even to write one and only submit their resume or application form. But I think this is a mistake, and I think it's a missed opportunity. Writing a creative yet concise cover letter is the hardest thing because there's no set format that the job seeker can follow to churn out a letter that impresses without any effort. There are a few secrets you should know, though, to creating a killer cover letter. The first is that it must be short. It can't be pages and pages, It must be designed to be more of a personal introduction by yourself to show your talents, your skills, and your achievements. Use simple and short sentences, and the entire letter should not be longer than a few paragraphs. Or you don't want it to be boring. You don't want to be, you just want to get to the point. Use the kind of language and tone in the job description when writing the cover letter. There are very few ways to create a first impression that will last, but writing a killer cover letter is one of the simplest ways. So to ensure that your cover letter achieves its purpose, here are some questions you should find answers to while writing. Since the cover letter is a sales pitch, are you selling yourself in confidence by demonstrating your best-selling unique points? Have you included all the essential elements of your profession, including your accomplishments, skills, experience, and specific expertise in the cover letter? Is your cover letter short and concise, preferably one page? These are the questions you definitely need to ask. So let's just look at some other tips. Some of these tips will really help you create a better cover letter. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to regurgitate your resume. Use your cover letter to describe additional details that you weren't able to squeeze into the single page of your resume. You may want to tell a story. So what brings you to this company? Stories bring out your background and experience to life. So feel free to tell them. Just keep them short and to the point. If you have a great feedback from previous co-workers and bosses, don't be afraid to use them. You can copy over your testimonials from LinkedIn to the cover letter. Always add an eye-catching headline to your letter. Example, 2 reasons I'm the best candidate for this position. That gets a lot of attention. Imagine the person you're writing to already respects you. Pretend that the person you're writing to already believes that you're worthy and valuable. Your words will come out so much more easier when you're in that frame of mind. It's all about frame of mind, state of mind. As I said before, keep it short. You don't want to have pages and pages. If you're not great at writing your own letters, use a copywriter to do that. The best piece of cover letter tip we can offer you is that the most memorable cover letters are written by people who care less about the rules and more about standing out to the hiring manager. Next time you sit down to consider writing a cover letter, vow not to get uptight about all the tiny little rules. Just go with your instinct or go with a copywriter that have the expertise to do the job.